My parents didn't just overlook my wedding, they erased it like it never existed. No call, no text, not even a fake excuse. Just 3 empty chairs sitting in the front row while I walked down the aisle, pretending nothing was wrong. Everyone smiled politely, but I could feel the sympathy burning through me like heat under my skin. I told myself I was okay. I wasn't. 3 years later, when my matte black 2024 Maserati hit my social media feed, my mom suddenly decided I existed again. Her message popped up like some overdue bill. "We need to talk. Family meeting. Tomorrow at 1 p.m. I replied yes. And I didn't go empty-handed. Before I tell you what happened next, hit like and drop a comment telling me where you're watching from. Let me ask you something. Have you ever mattered to people only after you made it? Everyone says family never leaves you. In my house, family meant Aaron, my older brother, the golden child, the chosen one, the son the whole house revolved around. Growing up, every conversation, every plan, every dream was about him. His football trophies, his perfect report cards, his bright future. Dad called him the pride of the Dalton name, like we were some dynasty instead of a middle-class family living in a small Arizona town. Me? I was just Lena, the quiet one, the helper, the girl who didn't need attention because she never caused trouble. I remember sitting on the living room carpet drawing portraits while they cleared the shelf to make space for Aaron's 12th trophy of the year. The smell of Dad's cologne, Mom's camera clicking. It still lingers. My art scholarship certificate, the one my teacher said marked me as exceptional, they shoved it into a dusty kitchen drawer under expired pizza coupons. Once, I asked if they'd come to my school's end-of-year art exhibit. Mom didn't even look away from the TV. "Maybe, sweetie. Aaron has playoffs that week." That was the pattern. His goals first. My dreams. Background noise. Even when I got accepted into a competitive design program out of state, Dad's first reaction was, "Nice. Maybe Aaron can join that college too." It was exhausting, but I learned to stop expecting anything. Years later, when I met Daniel, the man who would become my husband, he noticed it right away. "You speak about them like they're strangers," he said. Maybe they always were. Still, when I called them about the wedding, I tried hoping again. Mom's tone was cold, polite, distant. "We'll try. Aaron has a business dinner that weekend." Dad shouted in the background, "Tell her we're busy." I remember staring at my reflection in the window, smiling like a fool, thinking maybe they'd show up. They didn't. On the morning of my wedding, I sent one last message. "Front row seats saved for you." No response. When the doors opened, sunlight poured in. The room smelled of lilies and champagne. Daniel waited at the altar, eyes soft with love enough to almost cover the cracking inside me. But those 3 chairs stayed empty the whole time. At the reception, my friend Maya toasted, "To the family we choose." Everyone cheered. I smiled. But something inside me fractured beyond repair. 3 years passed. I built a new life, one without their approval. At least, that's what I told myself. The day my company Nova Lux Studios hit a $27.4 million valuation, my team burst into my office with sparkling cider. Laughter, cheers, a moment that felt like freedom finally had a sound. That evening, I posted my new Maserati on Instagram with the caption, "Built, not gifted." It wasn't bragging. It was closure. 3 days later, I received a call from an unknown number, Arizona area code. I picked up. "Lena." My mother's voice cautious, soft, rehearsed. "Your father wants us all to meet. Tomorrow, 1 p.m. 3 years of silence. Now suddenly they had urgent family matters. I asked, "What's this about?" "We'll explain when you're here." I knew exactly why. They'd seen the car. They'd seen the success. Daniel looked up from his laptop. "You going?" "Yeah," I said. "I think it's time." That night, I opened a folder on my desktop labeled Plan B, just in case. The next day, I dressed with intention, black suit, low ponytail, heels that clicked like a countdown. Daniel handed me coffee. "You don't owe them anything." "I know," I replied. "But today, I'm not walking in as their daughter." The drive felt like peeling back old scars. The same desert roads, the same faded houses. Their home looked smaller than I remembered, like nostalgia had been lying to me for years. Mom opened the door, eyes going straight to the Maserati. "You've been doing well." "No hello?" She said nothing. Inside, everything was arranged like a corporate meeting documents on the table. Dad at the head seat, Aaron and his wife pretending to look worried. "Thank you for coming," Dad said. "I didn't realize I had a choice," I replied. Dad folded his hands. "Your brother has faced some financial setbacks, business losses, kids' school fees, mortgage issues." I raised an eyebrow. "And?" Mom leaned forward. "You're doing well now. We thought maybe you could offer support? Just until he's back on his feet." "Family helps family," Aaron added. Dad slid a packet of papers toward me. "A loan agreement. We filled in most of it to make it easy for you." My name sat on the signature line like a trap. "You planned this," I said quietly. Mom snapped, "Don't be dramatic." "You ignored me for years," I replied. "And now I'm useful to you?" Aaron scoffed. "You always act like a victim." Something inside me clicked. I stood. "Where were you on my wedding day?" Dad didn't blink. Aaron had an important event. It wasn't the right time. I almost laughed at the honesty. "So now I'm worth your time because you need money." Silence filled the room. I reached into my bag and pulled out a sealed folder. "This is my answer." They watched as I opened it slowly and revealed the cover page. The Aurora Women's Arts Grant. Endowment Fund. $14.8 million. Mom gasped. "What is this?" "A fund," I said calmly. "For young women in art who grew up like me, unnoticed, unsupported." Dad's voice shook. "You're giving money to strangers?" "Not strangers," I answered. "Girls who don't want to disappear." Aaron slammed his fist on the table. "You owe us. We raised you." "You raised Aaron," I said. "I raised myself." Mom whispered, "Think of your nieces." "I am thinking of them," I replied. "They deserve to see what boundaries look like." Dad growled, "Blood is thicker than water." "It is," I said, "until someone dilutes it." I closed the folder, stood, and walked out. Mom yelled behind me, "You can't just walk away." I turned slightly. I already did. 3 years ago. I got in my car, heart steady, hands steady, finally free. 2 days later, the story hit the news. Entrepreneur Lena donates $14.8 to empower female creators. My mother left one last message. "You've embarrassed this family." I didn't reply, because I wasn't broken anymore. A month later, I stood in the first Aurora Foundation studio, white walls, sunlight pouring in, young creators laughing behind cameras. Maya, one of our first scholars, looked up at me. "Miss Dalton, thank you. My parents never supported me either. Your story, it kept me going." Her words healed something I didn't know was still hurting. That evening, I posted a photo of our new scholars with the caption, "Some families are built from love, not blood." And for the first time in my life, I felt whole. If you've ever had to walk away from the people who made you feel small, this story is for you. Drop a comment telling me where you're listening from. Your story might be the next one someone needs.